USA Today, Rolling Stone, ABC News, and 42 other media outlets. They're like, oh, we got him, guys. We got JD Vance. We got him. This is going to destroy his career. That Trump Vance will never win because we just dug up an old interview with JD Vance and Tucker Carlson from 2021. And I'm just going to say it's got some really damning, incriminating stuff in there. Watch.
Saying is that we're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made. And so they want to make the rest of the country miserable, too. And it's just a basic fact. You look at Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, AOC, the entire future of the Democrats is controlled by people without children. And how does it make any sense that we've turned our country over to people who don't really have a direct stake in it?
Where's the lie? That was what they thought was going to destroy him. Oh my God. He called them childless cat ladies. Oh no, whatever will we do?
They are kind of right in the sense that will, hurt him, because women who are in that position are very aware of that, and they know that that's why they're miserable, but they can't. It's like a vampire in sunlight. Like, being exposed to that just makes them screech and want to dig their heels in even more. And so,
but they were never going to vote for.
They're already hardcore.
I know that.
Right? Like, they're not. So it's not going to hurt him because these are already votes that we already have written off. We're not getting their vote.
I will say, I don't enjoy every 3 months or so when we have to do this on Twitter, where you'll get like handfuls of these, center right women who say, this is how we should be approaching women, blah, blah, blah. And they basically say that we need to stop making little jokes about like the 19th Amendment, because if we don't start taking women more seriously, then they're going to go vote for the party which wants to have them be like sexually assaulted in the bathroom and have borders open and, chop kids' genitals off. And so that just puts me in a tough position, because it's like, you want me to take you seriously, but you're like holding me hostage here. And like, if you don't start taking me seriously, I'm going to go vote for the people that are going to ruin everything. And it's like, get back in the car. It's like that kind of thing. Like, you're not walking home, get back in the car. I'm sorry. Just calm down.
Yeah.
A little bit. I don't like it. But I love women.
Nobody loves women more than you.
It's true.
They say that to me too, because I've made that statement too on Twitter, and they're like, you can't joke about that because there is a certain movement that takes that seriously. And I'm like, guys, you can't tell me what I can and can't joke about. Also, I sort of mean it. But that's a conversation for another time, Jason.
I mean, he makes a good point about, people making these decisions that have no stake in our future.
Correct.
And I'm sorry. I mean, if you're not even considering the fact that having a family, raising those children up to be, responsible members of society, if you're not looking at that as a good thing, if you're only looking at, oh, no, we should be aborting all these children, or we should be flying off the handle from whatever random progressive cause there is or whatever, how serious are you as a person?
Right.
Really? Like, why should you be someone who's listened to? And it could be a man or a woman, whatever. But why should we seriously be listening to you when you have an opinion on the direction of this country? Like, really? Yeah. Like what do you stand for besides destruction?
Right.
There's multiple different ways you could make that point or whatever, but I personally do not see anything wrong with what he said.
Not at all. It does give me the vibes of Matt Gaetz whenever, what was he asked by that reporter when they were like, did you make a tweet recently that seemed to indicate that you think that leftist women are all ugly and fat? And he's like, yes.
He said that.
Let them be offended. What would you say to those who are offended? He was like, let them be offended. Like, I don't know what you want from me, lady. Have you ever seen them? But yeah, no, I mean, you bring up a great point, Jason, and I think that that's like the biggest takeaway from what JD Vance, well, it should be the biggest takeaway from what JD Vance said, which is like, I don't think it's unreasonable to say that there should be requirements in, like, you shouldn't just get a say in the direction of the country. You shouldn't just get a say in where my taxpayer money goes if there's some sort of a conflict of interest in you even just having a say.
It's absolutely true. I think that the GOP needs to really focus in on like voter ID and, voter integrity, things like that, whatever you want to call it, to make sure that people who are unproductive have a very difficult time voting. If you don't have children, if you're not paying taxes, you are always going to want equality, which is to say resources distributed from people who can produce to everyone so it's all equal or whatever. And that is incompatible with people who are productive, who want, okay, take the reins off. I trust myself to be able to do something. That's meritocracy. I don't need equality. I mean, these things are literally opposite sides of the spectrum. And if we keep just importing people who come from impoverished countries, they have no skill set, they just want free stuff, handouts. I think Stephen Miller just tweeted out the other day, because somebody in Congress was complaining about, $10 billion for a border wall. And he said something like, this is what we spend just on welfare for illegal aliens, like every month or something. Just some absurd figure like that.
It's insane.
Yeah.
You need to cut that off and get rid of these people's ability to influence the political processes in this country, because otherwise it's just a numbers game and they're going to outnumber you, because they don't breed by having children. They breed by infecting minds. Yes. The woke mind virus, whether it's in education, importing people, you're never going to beat them unless you really start to take power and take it away from them.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.